Coming up on this edition of DMPS-TV News, see how East High students learned about the dangers of texting and driving. Merrill students shop around for service projects during a service fair, while future teachers serve Pleasant Hill Elementary for a day. Teachers throughout the state were honored at an Outstanding Teacher Awards Luncheon. Find out which teachers in the district were recognized. Stay tuned for all of these and more. Hi, and welcome to DMPS-TV News. I'm your host, Joey Lynn. An American flag was dedicated in the name and memory of Hoover High School alumnus Sgt Stephen W. Mullins in a moving ceremony in the Technology Learning Center at Hoover High School. Sgt Mullins was a member of the Hoover class of 1982, who was enlisted in the United States Army upon graduation, and was one of the 248 soldiers killed when a plane carrying them home from Egypt for Christmas crashed in Newfoundland on December 12, 1985.
His family was very honored, and it's been nice to get to know them, and I think they feel a part of Hoover, and I definitely feel a part of their family as they've welcomed us in, and they're very appreciative for the honor, and we're very appreciative that they could leave a legacy, a piece of their son here for our students to remember.
Congressman Boswell assisted in arranging for the dedicated flag to fly above the United States Capitol on July 7th of this year, Steve's 48th birthday.
If I got talked to a word last time, I would just say I'm sorry.
East High School held an event for students to kick off the start of a National Teen Driver Safety Week. Each student viewed a documentary called The Last Text and signed a pledge to never text and drive. The event was a joint effort between AT&T, the Iowa Department of Public Safety, and Peer Awareness, which provided students an opportunity to step into a texting and driving simulator that demonstrates the dangers of texting behind the wheel.
There was a time when a phone was just a phone, but now these devices are like a computer in the palm of our hand. And with all these different capacities that we can use these phones for now, comes a lot of responsibilities. And we've seen text messages causing more accidents and more fatal accidents. And with that, comes obviously a lot of responsibility on the company that provides those services, we believe. So it's important for us to get out that message. You're 23 to 30 times more likely to have an accident while texting and driving than not. And so it's very important that people realize that texting and driving is very dangerous.
In observance of National Conflict Resolution Day, 4th grade students at Findlay Elementary School swapped thoughts on the topic of peace with Forrest Whitaker, Academy Award-winning actor, UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador for Peace and Reconciliation.
Hi, Mr. Whitaker!
It's great to see you.
From half a world away working on a film in Cape Town, South Africa, Whitaker reached his friends at Findlay via Skype.
Findlay was nominated or chosen one of 8 schools in the United States to be a turnaround art school. Being a turnaround art school, there's a lot of different components to it, but one of them is having a celebrity or a high-profile person adopt that school. So our celebrity is Forrest Whitaker. A lot of the stories he talks about is growing up and really aspiring to his dreams and figuring out how he had those dreams and that he was working toward them. Our theme this year is Dream Big, and so that's something that I think they're really connecting with, is looking at Forrest and looking at and identifying with him and saying, okay, the arts took him to where he's at now, and that could be me. That's something that I could do eventually. So having that connection has been so exciting to them.
Sounds perfect. Have a great day. Bye, guys.
DMPS was selected as one of only 10 school districts in the nation selected to participate in this year's second phase of Breakfast in the Classroom, which is a privately funded program new to DMPS this fall, which aims to stamp out stigma as well as hunger. The program reworks how school breakfast is delivered by offering it to all students at no charge and moving it from the cafeteria to the classroom.
And the theory is that when you move it from the cafeteria to the classroom, most, if not all, of the students are actually eating breakfast. I mean, we've seen participation go from as low as 20% to almost 100%. Children who learn on an empty stomach, I mean, they can't concentrate. They are less attentive. When children eat breakfast, they perform better on standardized tests. They're less tardy. There's There's less visits to the nurse's office. It just improves the overall classroom environment.
Breakfast in the Classroom is part of a $2 billion cash and in-kind multi-year commitment through 2015 by Walmart and the Walmart Foundation to Fight Hunger in America. For more information, visit breakfastintheclassroom.org.
This is our 5th annual service fair that we do for 8th grade students. Every 8th grade student at Merrill is part of our International Baccalaureate program.
Besides empowering students as citizen activists, the IB curriculum also deepens the connection between a community and its schools by getting more adults more directly involved.
The best part about it is every year I have a number of students who, once they make that connection, they kind of forget about the 10-hour requirement. And I've had kids who have done 20 or 30 hours of service through the organization that they chose. And those are the truly most rewarding situations where the kid is really getting it.
25 area agencies, nonprofits, and institutions were represented in the school cafeteria, ranging from Animal Rescue League to Special Olympics to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Iowa. Early on a Saturday morning, nearly 50 future teachers did some volunteering of their own by rolling up their sleeves and pitching in to help with some beautification and repair projects at Pleasant Hill Elementary School. The effort is part of a program called Outreach to Teach, which takes place during Iowa State Education Association Student Conference. College students from across Iowa who are majoring in education concluded the week-long conference by volunteering their time, a little elbow grease, and a dance move or two for a good cause.
I think it's all about the kids. The kids are going to come in here on Monday and just be blown away at all the things that are different and new. And it teaches us, I think, just we get to work together. I've been having great conversations with students from around the state and building relationships. We're building relationships with the teachers here, and they appreciate everything we're doing, and it's just all around feel good.
Roosevelt's All-State Quartet entertained teachers and administrators at the Science Center of Iowa for this year's Outstanding Iowa Teachers Recognition Luncheon. Every year, a few chosen teachers from Iowa are handed prestigious awards for their teaching. This year, 4 DMPS teachers were recognized as finalists at the ceremony. Heather Anderson from Coles Montessori School was a finalist for the Iowa Teacher of the Year Award. Josie Berg from the Downtown School and Zachary Christensen from Perkins Academy were both finalists for the Iowa Presidential Awards for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching. Amber Davidson from Hoover High School was a finalist for Iowa Preserve America History Teacher of the Year Award. We spoke to Amber about her recognition.
It is an honor. I'm very grateful to the individuals who have nominated me, but most importantly, I think it's a testament to my students. I'm only as good as my students, and I'm very privileged to work with an outstanding group of kids at Hoover High School.
Congratulations, teachers, and keep up the great work. Lovejoy and Findlay Elementary kicked off an all-school book club with an assembly to encourage students to take part in the book club called 2 Schools, 1 Book. Each family at the schools received a copy of Roald Dahl's book, The Big Friendly Giant, and has been asked to read the books at home.
And we're working out some activities that go along with the BFG, including our kickoff assembly. We did a little skit with some of the staff people playing the different roles, and it's all to get the children excited about reading the BFG at home.
In school, the children will be invited to answer daily trivia questions to encourage and reward attentive, aggressive listening. McCombs Middle School celebrated its newly renovated building with a community open house and a trivia contest for students about the school's history. The school also had a flashback to the 1970s Costume Day in honor of the school, which was built in 1971, and named after former Des Moines Superintendent Newell D. McCombs.
What we're trying to do at McCombs is we're trying to recognize our strong traditions, our heritage, the legacy that Newell D. McCombs left us, and we're also looking forward to having many, many productive years in our newly renovated facility.
At a glance, Hanawalt Elementary School does not strike you as a place that is 100 years old. After all, a good portion of it reopened as recently as 2004, thanks to a major renovation project funded by the local option sales tax. Hanawalt's entire community celebrate the building's centennial in an after-school birthday bash supported by Hanawalt's PTA. There were jugglers, sack races, funny faces, plenty of food ranging from barbecue to cotton candy and cakewalks. Lincoln held a fall fest for a night of fun with Southside Elementary School students and families in celebration of fall season. The LHS Student Council leadership sponsored the fest with assistance from LHS ambassadors.
One of the things that we committed to at Lincoln this year was becoming more a part of our South Side and providing more services and becoming connected. And so we've made an effort to provide these types of opportunities and to get people back here at Lincoln to see what we have to offer. And that's been our goal this year.
Third graders at Oak Park Elementary School took a field trip to Wonderland, also known as North High School's drama classroom. Mark Rixner's advanced drama students, under the direction of student teacher Michael Williams, staged an adaptation of Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, including 2 matinees scheduled for the benefit of elementary audiences from Findlay and Cattell.
The importance to get the younger kids in is there's a couple different things. Number one, obviously it helps as they go through elementary and middle school and they finally get to us at high school. We've got a bigger pool to choose from and we've got some kids who understand theater. The other important reason to have them here is simply because they get to enjoy something that they don't usually see. They get to enjoy it and they get to think about how that can help them academically as well. The last reason it's important is because when they get here they get to understand that theater is an option for them as they get older and it's exciting and they enjoy it and that's great for them.
We stopped by Roosevelt High School as the drama students rehearsed for their upcoming musical, Chicago, a musical vaudeville. The Rough Riders performed 3 shows in the first weekend of November. Heading the Rough Rider Drama Department is Lori Glave in her 23rd year at Roosevelt, who picks her shows based on many factors.
We put on a musical for the educational value of that musical. And so the meaning for us in Chicago is a look at the media. What role did it play in 1927 Chicago? What role does it play today for us, and how can we make that connection through our music and through our dance and our stories?
Well, that's all we have for you in this edition of DMPS-TV News. If you'd like more on these stories, please visit dmschools.org. I'm your host, Joey Lynn. Thanks for watching.